and welcome to and welcome back in my channel today. We are on the day number 23 of the topic or of the course CIS-SIR Security Incident Response. So yesterday we discussed about the major concepts of security incident, specifically the module, that how it has been built up specifically. Then we see the survey, what it say, the 287 days average it take, and we done on the security definition, threat intelligence, little bit we discuss on that particular part. Now we are going to be start little bit more deep into the this particular security operation. I was checking something and I found that we need to be understand or need to be discuss something on the securities, and that how this particular SecOps, if I say how it practically works. So let me open the paint here just to show you that part, and I can say like this: we have one box, we have another box, and we have another box here. I can say this is SIR, this is SIR. Okay, this is my threat intelligence, which we called as a TI, and this is my vulnerability response, which we called as a VR. And in these three, we have between this one, which we called as a security operation support. It means for this one, both sides, 1 and 2. Let me pick up one more. So from here to here, from here to here, we have some support. From here to here, we have some support. From here to here, we have some support. It means these three, I can say, module or the product build together the security operation as a complete module, SecOps as a complete module. So, but there are few concepts we need to be understand here. Like if I come here, that what exactly in SecOps involve or include specifically in this particular part. So number one, we have a email processing. Means the security incident can be raised via email processing as well. Number two, we have a user defined escalations. Means we can define the escalation part, that okay, when something goes wrong, to whom it must be uh, escalated. We have a different topic, we have a complete topic, that how this escalation work, what are the methods or the things we have to be doing on that particular part. The third one I can say is the workflow, which is a very key role, or the flow specifically a key role in this particular part, because at the end of this particular session, when we will see that how the workflow or the flow has been defined in ServiceNow. And finally, we have a data enrichment. What this enrichment means specifically, that to enhance the data more and more, so that we can predict that yes, this is the actual cause of this particular incident. Means bringing the value from the different tools, clubbing together and enriching our data, our threats, our vulnerability, that okay, this can be the potential thing, so let's gather the multiple information about this, and then we can do the part on this particular thing. Mainly we use this workflow, we use the data enrichment, or I can say one more part is called the orchestration, which is called the automation here, that we can do the automated flows, we can create automated response tasks, we can create automatic workflow playbooks, etc., to work on that particular part of this particular area. I'm not going to pick up this topic in a one by one manner. We will discuss these topics in depth when we go these topics one by one. Okay, now I would like to be come back on my slide here, and we will discuss that how this thing actually work in ServiceNow. But before that, let's understand something on the user perspective. So I'll come here on my slides. Yes, this is called the security incident response maturity level. What this mean if I say specifically that because if you remember that in the CSDM specific videos when we discuss, so ServiceNow say that implementation of CSDM is not a 1 day or 1 2 days task. It required a complete life cycle. So like they divided this implementation in the 5 phases: crawling, walking, running, and then flying on that particular part. In the same manner, ServiceNow also set up a maturity model here, a maturity level here, that okay, by these ways you can mature your system. And everybody know here that either you talk about the incident management or ITSM or CMDB or CSDM, it is like a ongoing game, ongoing journey that it takes some time to implement, to mature the stuff in the system. So ServiceNow say what is the meaning of the operation: manual operation, basic operation, automated investigation, and at last orchestration remediation. This is important from the examination perspective because a question can come here. So in the first level, or I can say in the zero level of maturity, everything has been done manually, like which we are doing at point of time. We are maintaining the risk or the security incident in the Excel sheets. Very limited visibility because we are working in the silos, and there's a long response time. Definitely long response time because everything is manual, process is slow. So we are not aware about the same. But what come in the basic operation? Like if we start using SIR as a module, then what when I can say that we are on the maturity level 1, because when we use the SIR module, we can automate the incident creation. It can be done via catalogs, it can be done via record producer, or it can be done via security incident form. We can automate the prioritization and the assignment, that what type of incident, SIR incident, should be prioritized P1, P2, P3. Single record for everybody visibility, and we can improve the visibility because now there's a one tool and teams can see on that particular part. In the number two, or or I can say in the second level, practically it's a third level of maturity. We can put the threat intelligence correlation, that we can introduce a threat intelligence module here, and then we can start working on that part. We can do the automated incident enrichment. Now this enrichment word come here, that with the help of the threats intelligent, we are getting a lot of threats and we can start enriching our incident, that this can be the reason, this can be the fear, this can be the fear, this can be the fear, all the things. We can do the workflow driven consistent process. Maybe for a specific case, we can define the workflow and we can proceed further. And at last, it helps us to making the decision better and better. At the last, we have the orchestration remediation. Means remediation, why? See, if you notice this part, this is operation, but this is investigation. And the last, we have a remediation, that how we can resolve, how we can remediate the incident, security incident, and how we can orchestrate, how we can automate that process. So here, ServiceNow say when you reach on this particular level, then you can introduce the playbook for the critical incident scenarios. Denial of service, phishing are the few examples which is basically we can automate here. Then we can completely automate the incident response as well. We can integrate with the different tools, and then we can use the continued improvement process. And if you see that on the right side, we have saying increase efficiency and effectiveness, because we are moving to the progress side. We are moving to the maturity side, which can help us to get this part done very easily. Now with this, ServiceNow say that what is the SIR customer journey, that how a customer can be or can do this journey on the SIR. So these are the maturity levels. Like we in the CMMI we have 5 levels. In the same manner we have a in CSDM we have a 5 phases. In the SIR we have the 4 phases or the or I can say the 4 maturity level. Now if I am a customer, how I can make sure that this journey should be fit in my part. So here ServiceNow say the 3 things, and this is again important from the examination, but important point is these 3 lines only. Number 1, modernize it. Number 2, transform. And number 3, innovate. When I say modernize, that you can use the security incident and the reporting. When I say transform, then we have to do the business integration. It means somewhere I'm using this and this for the transform part. So here I have a prioritization, risk impact analysis, dashboard, and linking the incident with the problem and change. And finally, on the innovate, threat sharing, automated remediation. So it means if I say that this is my maturity cycle, so this maturity cycle fit in these 3 areas: maturity level 1, 2, and 3. And these are the outcomes that what I'm expecting, that if I follow this particular part, so my automation priority will be there, my single system will be there, improved visibility will be there. So if you see that the first 2 or 3 points are basically coming in this part. So I am on the maturity level 1. Here I can say the business validation, including the productivity, improve decision making, and accelerate the responses. And here I have a orchestrate 80%. It means here you can see orchestration part is there. It means when I reach to the innovation level, I am on the maturity level 4 as per the ServiceNow given guidelines. But now the question come that what includes in this particular 6 or in this particular 3 areas mainly, that how this maturity level work for me or work for the customer. So ServiceNow say, let me bring back this concept here. In this total 6 points are there. Number 1, I can say is inventory. That what hardware software you have, let's bring together in a one place. Number 2, we have a connect. What this mean? Let's try to connect my CIs, my tools, with this inventory. Number 3 is a configure. What this means specifically, that I can create the users and the groups and the roles specifically, that who can use this, who can tackle this, and all the things will be there on that particular part. Then number 4, we have a launch. What this means, that let's start using this particular tool SIR as a module. Let's start using that particular module and bring the customer on that particular part. Maybe in a phase 1 we are just modernizing it. Then in the phase 2, if I am the transform part, then again I have to do these 4. And number 5th step is, I can say, measure. For that we have a matrix here. And the number 6 is called the refine. If in short I say that these are the nothing but these are my kind of a SDLC point. You have to be take the development, you have to be design, you have to build, you have to be operate, and you have to be launch and then support it. So same thing is happen here. So now if I say that these 6 points or these 6 steps work here for all these 3 sections like this. So it will be like this. So this. Either you are doing modernize, then you have to follow these 6 steps. Either you do the transformation, then also you have to follow these 6 steps. And either you do the innovation, you have to follow these 6 steps. Important from the examination perspective, just for the 6 points to be remembered, but under this 6 point, because if you say I'm modernizing it, it means I am bringing my hardware and software together on that particular part. I'm checking that what are my endpoints are there. But same thing if I talk from the transform perspective, and I can say, okay, how I can orchestration that point, how I can bring more and more what I can say playbooks introduced on that particular part. Because when we're moving from modernize to transform, I'll say that let's start using the playbook. Maybe not all, maybe top 3, top 4, top 5 uh, playbook I need to be used on that particular part. And finally, I'm going into the intelligent phase where I'll say everything which I mentioned here should be met on that particular part. So it's so I can say this is the this is another journey. To complete this journey, ServiceNow provide us this format, and under this format we have a 6 steps to follow to done that particular part at our side. This is what I can say, that how ServiceNow asking their customer or telling their customer or recommend their partners to use the SIR module and implement them. Don't think that let's automate everything in a one go. No, because security incident is one of the place where you have to be think a lot, that is actually a security incident for me, and if yes, how I can resolve this, or how you can I'll not use the word resolve, how we can remediate that particular part. Now, before we proceed to the next and the core level of discussion in this particular part, let's understand where I am fitting, where the service now is fitting in the, or sorry, security operations fitting in this particular module. So yesterday we saw that there are multiple tools available, some for the access points, some for the access related stuff, some for the network related stuff like Jupyter, Cisco, and other things will be there. And here we have multiple tools. You can see here. Let's bring their data into the service now. This is my service now part here. So I have a machine learning, I have the CMDB, I have workflow, I have automation, I have the post incident review. Remember that yesterday we discussed that post incident review is very much important in every for the security incident. From there, I'm running my workflow, I'm running my automation and doing the automated remediation part. So ServiceNow provide a workspace to us where we can go and check on this particular stuff there. And with the help of that, we can do our work. Let me tell you very thing very clearly, that ServiceNow did not say that this is a standalone product which you can use. ServiceNow say that I build security incident operation so that we all other tools who are dealing in the security operations, security perspective for any customer, we can work together. ServiceNow is just a platform to bring the data from different tools in a one place. On the top of that, we can put some orchestration, we can put workflow, we can relate with the CMDB, and then we can do the remediation. It can be manual and it can be automated as well. So for today, let's close the call here only. Let's close the session here only. I'll be starting the main topic from tomorrow onwards for the next fourth day onward, and hope you will like it, and we'll connect again soon with the fourth day session. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.